This time on the show, a Jabber server that's easy to implement and manage. Thinking about updating to Nintendo System Menu 4.0? Already updated? Wondering about Wii Homebrew? We've got the skinny. Online Doom, open source, free iWads, killer new features. What's not to love? All that and much, much more on this episode of Hack 5. This episode of Hack 5 is brought to you by GoDaddy, Netflix, Squarespace, and Configure-Doodles.
Really? Configure-Doodles?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how bad those things are for you?
Yeah.
I can't believe you brought those into this house.
Wow.
Oh, Configure-Doodles.
I know, right? It's all great. Wow.
Oh, so good.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Hack 5. I'm Matt Lestock.
I'm Darren Kitchen.
And I'm Shannon Morse.
It is good to be doing a regular show.
It's good to be in this year.
What do you mean? We're in the future.
Shannon, we've talked about this, and that was the
14
past.
years.
This is the present.
God, stop messing with me like that. Just
It happens.
like it.
confusing.
As you can see, we do not have a special guest on the stage anymore. As awesome as it was to see your sister,
Oh, I forgot.
I much prefer the silence
Thank you so much for
of Darren
putting
and
up with her.
Shannon each blindly staring at their computer and Paul sleeping 30 hours a day.
19-year-old girls.
Yes, Paul can sleep 30 hours a day. It's possible.
I'm out of touch with the 19-year-old girl generation.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm on the MySpace. I've got a Facebook.
I never
like-
swore that much when I was that old.
Yeah,
Well,
well, yeah, you
little
did.
bit.
I've heard part of your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyway,
So,
no, it's good to be doing a regular show again.
yes, excellent show for you guys today, as you heard in the Cold Open Teas Daily. So,
Yeah, as fun as the whole 1995 experiment was, and we were absolutely shocked with the feedback that you guys gave us.
Seriously, we thought we'd be probably fired by now.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I forgot to do, like mention FidoNet, Prodigy, CompuServe, like lots of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like you could spend all day just digging up nostalgia, and there's just, it's a gold mine.
Oh,
but
yeah.
let's just leave it behind us because really, it sounds better in your head now than it really was back then.
Speaking of sphincterific nostalgia, Skulltag.
Skulltag is actually the land game. Like, that wasn't a joke. Some people have emailed us, made comments saying, for real, Doom 2? And I'm like, dude, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I didn't think you were serious either.
Yeah, I got the server running right now. I just need to fix the DNS to make it work.
Cool.
Yeah. So, so Skulltag, if you haven't heard, okay, so like, give you a little history here. Doom 2, well, Doom in general, just as most ID games, id games, if you will, what they do is John Carmack, the game god of them all, goes ahead and open sources the engine. Says, we had a lot of fun. Doom, open source now. Have fun, play with it. Same thing happened with Quake, Quake 2, and lots
Quake
of
3.
cool open source stuff. Quake 3, yeah,
Quake
that's where
4?
we get, what's the name of that? Open Quake? Open
Quake
Arena?
Live.
Open Arena.
Open Arena.
And
yeah.
then there's the other one that we played a while ago. Anyway, good stuff comes from that. And one of these good things in particular, I've been playing a lot of Doom has my heart. Like, I left my
Yeah,
heart in the
it
command
does.
prompt with Doom. Really.
He plays Doom on pretty much every single piece of technology that he can.
We can do it on the Wii, too. If you can hack something, you need to be able to play Doom on it, or it's not actually hacked, right?
There's only so many times that you could actually play Doom, though.
Oh, no, there's enough community WODs out there. And here's the thing, is Skulltag is... A WOD file is a file of
Awesome.
levels
Move
and graphics. Okay, so there's many of these. There's Legacy, there's Z-Doom, there's so many different ones. And Skulltag is a really great implementation that does Doom and brings it to the modern times where you've got your mouse look, you've got your better graphics, you even have 3D graphics sometimes with the weapons and the people and the characters and whatnot. They've rewritten all the net code, they've rewritten the monster AI code, and the best part about it is this Doom supports, I forget if it's 1632 something, but there's enough players, multiplayer, over the internet. Don't worry about IPX, don't worry about serial cables or null modem. You can just play on Mac, Windows, Linux, online. And that's what we will be doing.
Nice.
And that's what's running right now. So doom.hack5.org.
Dope sauce.
Yeah, so I've been playing with it. I got it here in my Ubuntu thing. I mean, you need to go over to skulltag.com right now and grab yourself a copy of it. So basically, just grab your version.
What do we do? Does this include everything, or do we have to have our own WADs?
Yeah, that's the important part, though, right? This is the open source. John Carmack, they open sourced the engine. They didn't give you the graphics, the music, the levels. So there's tons of user levels out there, but those are what we call PWADs, and you need what's called an iWAD to actually play the game. That's the one that's got all the resources, like the wall textures. Well, you could just do a Google search for quote Apache quote index of quote Doom2.wad quote, and you will find a legitimate copy of what?
Huh?
That's Google hacking for you. Yeah. And I owned like Doom like multiple times over, so whatever. The thing is though, if you never bought it when you were a kid, then go over to Steam and like $10 and you have it, right?
God, I can't believe it's $10.
Yeah. Or if you want it for free, and you don't want like illegitimate wares on your conscience, because we know winners don't do wares, head over to Free Doom and get yourself a copy. Check this out. This is a complete remake of the original Doom iWAD, where these community members actually redrew the textures, remapped the levels, resequenced
and
the
they're
music,
compatible with.
and it's compatible.
Skulltag.
Yeah.
It's compatible with so you have Free Doom and.
Yeah. It's got its own.
Everybody has the
Douchebag A
original Doom.
has.
So if I've got the Free Doom iWAD and you've got the Doom 2 iWAD, we can still play on a different level.
Dope.
We can play on a
Nice.
custom
That's
level
what I was
together.
getting to.
Yeah,
So
that's
you can
cool.
you could go the winners don't do wares,
Mm-hmm.
or you could do the legitimate thing and go to Free
Yeah,
Doom.
I like it.
So do I.
I mean, so I actually have it. Let me see if I can fire it up here. And
Oh
do I have-
crap!
Okay, so I've got Skulltag installed here, and yeah, you can see I've got my original Doom 2 WAD, but I also have the Free Doom WAD, which is named Doom 2.wad. So if I just
It's a lot of wads.
yeah,
Do you like WAD?
Sometimes. Gravy.
Yeah.
and please, I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna crash on me.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Because Darren's
Oh,
on
see?
a Tonka
See, Free Doom.
toy.
And segmentation fault. Paul, do you still have my video? No.
Nope.
Okay, that's all right. So
Pretty epic because I was on the panel at that.
at the time we're at, yeah, excellent.
That's all right. No, I'm stoked. One thing that I know that a bunch of people have been asking about is when are we going to play GoldenEye Source, which has officially come out,
Oh, yeah.
and we need to play it
Oh, yes, we do.
because I cannot play GoldenEye
I'm
on
yearning
your
for some
shitty
GoldenEye.
N64.
Well, we will play.
That's because you never actually played it.
We
Okay.
play,
It's
dude.
garbage.
As far as LAN party games are concerned, and this is a little different. This was like us doing a little veto action
Oh,
with the 1995 episode. But we play the games that the community members suggest, and I think Shannon's got the details on that for the LAN party.
I do, if I don't burp from that beer. We're playing Doom 2 Skulltag, the one that you've been talking about, at doom.hack5.org. We're playing on April 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern. And you can go over to hack5land.squarespace.com and check out all the different games that we're thinking about playing. You can vote on your favorite game for the next LAN party, all sorts of stuff. And Darren has some interesting information about our sponsor, Squarespace.
Yeah, I want to tell you guys about Squarespace because with Squarespace you can put together a professional-looking website, something that I've been doing like all week, and rather than just getting nitty-gritty with WordPress code, which isn't as much fun as it sounds, what you want to do is head over to squarespace.com. Their plans start as low as like $8 a month, and they make it super simple to put together a beautiful website. Let me show you an example here now. All right, so here at hack5land.squarespace.com, and I've got my post here about our little Doom 2 match, and it's all good, but you know, I forgot to mention something, and that is we're going to be playing some custom WAD files, and we're looking for you guys to send us some suggestions. So I got these 4 little items over here that allow me to edit the content, edit the structure, edit the theme of the site, or just see what it looks like for you guys. And I'm in my content edit mode, and I've got my blog post here. I'll just go ahead and click modify, and bam, right there within the site, it just pulls up this beautiful little editor, and now I don't have to touch any code. I don't have to go into any back end. That's the beauty of it, is the whole philosophy of the front end, back end disappears because it's all on top of the front end, if that makes any sense. So here we are in the little WYSIWYG editor, and I just want to come down here and make mention, you know, let's see, and say if you have any custom WAD files you'd like us to play, hit us up. All right, and I'm going to save and close. And that's all there is to it. I mean, Squarespace makes it that easy, and it can be that easy for you guys too. So if you're interested, head over to squarespace.com and check it out. You can get a 2-week free trial. Their plans start, like I said, at $8 a month and up, and it's really cool service. You can get 10% off if you use coupon code HACK5. So, you know, support the show, support us. We like that. Support Squarespace.
That's HAK5, by the way.
That's how do you spell HACK5?
Yes.
How else would you spell HACK5?
No, I actually got a message on Facebook from a guy who spelled it HACK5.
Oh yeah, we get those a lot.
My coupon code don't work.
What show are
Anyway.
you watching?
I spelled it wrong.
I think Matt has got some interesting info for us about some jabber.
Jabber.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll leave now.
Yeah, let's just
be gone.
Okay.
Because I got this. Hey, what's going on, guys? Recently, I've been getting a lot of traffic on the old blog. And one of the posts that I actually have on there is about my implementation of Microsoft Office Communications Server 2007. And while I'm not going to show you that, simply because it's a pain in the ass to set up, I am going to show you an alternative that you can use that is retardedly simple to set up, manage, and deploy a bunch of different really cool features. It's called Openfire, and it's a Jabber compliant, or it is a Jabber server. It's based on a Java server backend kind of thing, if you want to call it that. So one of the things that you are going to have installed is the Java runtime environment on your server of choice. Mine happens to be CentOS because it is a straight Red Hat derivative, just without the branding and without their support packages. You go to centos.org and find information on that. It is freely available and it is kept very, very up to date. What we're going to do is we're actually going to deploy Openfire very quickly in what is seeming to be very commonplace for me. I'm going to show you how easy and quickly you can actually get a server or system up and running. Now, there's two real options for Linux. You can download the source, or you can download a pre-built RPM package which is compatible with Red Hat Enterprise systems. CentOS being a direct derivative, it's compatible. There's also servers for Mac and PC, all of which obviously require Java runtime environment. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to check out the download, which I've actually already downloaded. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get through wget, but you don't need to know that. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to install the RPM. What we're going to do is RPM-IVH Openfire. Okay. And the reason I haven't showed you this before is because Openfire had a security vulnerability with cross-site scripting problems in some of their administration panels. That's been fixed, therefore Openfire is now on the show. Openfire is now installed. There's a little note here. You can't directly start Openfire from service start or etc init.d Openfire. The Openfire server actually installs to cd opt Openfire, and here you can actually get license information, documentation, configuration files, bins, so on and so forth. What we're going to do is we're going to go to service, if I can spell. Okay, so Openfire is not currently running. And that's fine because we just installed it. It installs the init.d scripts. It does all its thing, check config, so on and so forth. What we're actually going to do is we're going to service Openfire reload. What this is going to do is it's going to shut down what isn't actually running. It's going to close some configuration files, and it should, hopefully, restart Openfire so that it's actually running. So service Openfire is running. Now, what we're actually going to do is configure it. That's it. It's installed. It's up and running. You can do everything via the web interface, which is a session that we're going to open here in Firefox. We're going to go to 10.10.0.164. This could be a public-facing IP address, probably should be if you're going to offer this as a service, which, Darren, I think we might want to do if there's any interest in it. I've had a lot of success running Jabber communities in the past for people that actually are going to use it. And port 9090. So here we are. We're on the initial setup page for Openfire. Now, I'm going to select English, and the domain is going to be hack5peeps.com. Okay? The admin port and secure admin port, you can set those to whatever you actually like. Standard databases connection, or you can use the embedded database. So if you've got a MySQL server already set up and running, which I do not, but probably would be if it's on a hosting server or something like that, you're going to want to use the standard database. It's a little bit faster and has a couple more options. Otherwise, we're just going to use the embedded database, which is just fine for setting up a local system with less than 50 users. We're going to use default profile settings, so you can actually integrate this with LDAP or ClearSpace, which is a product of Ignite Realtime. Darren, I know you're saying FLDAP, but there's a lot of support on the Ignite Realtime forums if you want. So admin at hack5peeps.com, and we're going to enter a password and continue. It's going to go ahead and set up all your options, and when it refreshes here and it actually moves on to the next step, we're actually going to be presented with a very nice dashboard. Now, I've gotten some comments about mentioning this server in particular versus some others and how easy it is to set up Jabber servers. But the nice thing about this is username and password is it is so simplistic that really anybody without prior knowledge of any Unix operating system or command line can really set this up and deploy this with some very powerful management and plugins that we're actually going to show you right now. So the server is actually up and running. If I wanted to, I could connect to it, but first we're going to go ahead and set up a user. And the user is going to be me. So we're going to come over here to create new user. My name is Matt, and Matt, and Matt. Okay, create user. So now, if I came over to my Mac client, they provide two clients. They provide Spark, which is a Java Jabber client. You can use any Jabber compliant server, or excuse me, client to connect to the Openfire server that you want. We're going to come down here. We're going to open Spark because it's that awesome. We're going to open it, and as soon as it pops up here, Matt, the password is my password, and 10.10.0.164. And boom. I'm now logged into my Jabber server, which I believe I set up just a couple minutes ago. Now what you can actually do with Jabber is real quick, some of the plugins, some essential plugins that you guys are going to want to install right off the bat. And the nice thing is you can actually download them right from the administration panel. Plugins, we're going to come over here to available plugins, and we're going to select the monitoring service, which is really powerful. Shows you metrics based on who's logged in, chat sessions that are going on, usage of the server, really nice tools that used to be in an enterprise-only version of Openfire, but are now available to everybody. The other thing that you guys are probably going to want to install is the presence service, as well as IM Gateway. Now you can actually connect Openfire server to public, AIM, ICQ, MSN, Google Talk, all those other services. So if you wanted to deploy a system for corporate IM communications, you can actually control all that access through Openfire. If you wanted to block the users on your network from being able to directly access those services, they could all proxy in through Openfire. It's a really, really powerful tool if you're actually going to use it. A lot of people say, I'm going to deploy IM services at my corporate office, or just for this community. And while they're great for the 5 or 10 people that actually use it, they really become powerful tools of communication when you have everybody on there. You can set up conference rooms, content filtering, email listening, broadcast, SIP integration, really powerful. Check it out at igniterealtime.org, and you can download Spark, which is the Java client, Spark Web, which is a Flash-based client for web access, and the Openfire server. For more info on Openfire, Spark, or Spark Web, hit me up at mattlestock.com, where I'll have a complete overview and screenshots for you guys on my blog, mattlestock.com, or hit up the forums at forums.hack5.org. Now, I think Darren is doing, what are you doing? Trivia.
That's right, it's time for this week's trivia question, but before, let's go ahead and check in and see what the trivia answer was from 14 years ago. That trivia question, of course, was, prior to Myth's success, the Miller Brothers computer game company developed what title that holds the claim as the first computer game distributed on CD-ROM? Now that was correctly answered by Double Dragon 3, who wrote in The Manhole. So we're going to go ahead and hook them up with a awesome Evil Server t-shirt. Not exactly this one, but one just like it. And you can go ahead and get in on our trivia giveaway action by checking out this week's trivia question, which is, what instant message protocol developer features this quote on his homepage? If it's not logic, it's magic. And if it's not magic, it's female logic. You can go ahead and enter trivia at www.hack5.org/trivia, and we will randomly choose you for awesomeness. So,
If you get it right.
well, if you get it right, of course, I kind of figured that out.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, we could pick a loser one week.
Yeah.
And then ridicule them on the show for getting it wrong, like that guy that said that Mist was. Anyway, so head over there and get involved in this week's trivia question. And I want to go ahead and thank our wonderful sponsor, Netflix, for bringing this to you. You see, Netflix has over 90,000 titles that you can rent online, DVDs, lots of Blu-rays, and most orders happen in just one business day because they got 40 shipping centers. So they got DVDs going through the mail like crazy, man. And their plans just start at $4.99. And you can get a no-risk 2-week free trial membership. So head over to www.netflix.com/hack5 and go ahead and support the show. So I think at this point I'm gonna let you guys know that we are heading over to Shannon to see what's going on with this week in Wii Homebrew.
Hey guys, I'm back this week with a little update for you about the Homebrew channel in the Zelda Twilight hack. Turns out Nintendo has released System Menu 4.0. It's kind of sad for us because the Zelda Twilight hack, well, they broke it. And they also helped piracy in a way. Kind of sucks for us as well. I did want to mention though, there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. I did want to clear this up because I've gotten a lot of feedback over the past 2 weeks about the Homebrew channel. First off, if you already upgraded to 4.0 and you don't have the Homebrew channel yet, you can't get it. There's no way to actually put it on there. It's pretty much broken. If they do find a new video game that they can get the hack to work on, I'll let you know. I'm definitely keeping an eye out for it. If you still have 3.2 or 3.4, one of the older versions of the system menu, you still can get the Homebrew channel. You can still download it, and it will carry over to 4.0 if you do want to upgrade. If you just want to stay with 3.0, it'll still work that way too. And the good thing about this is, if you upgrade to 4.0 and you have the Homebrew channel already, you can still get new games on it. Pretty cool. Yay! So just don't upgrade until you install the Homebrew channel, please. I'm sorry I didn't know about this sooner. I would have told you if I did. Okay. This is a game called Brutal Mario. You can find this game over at smwcentral.net, and this was created by Carol. Now in this game, it's basically a Super Mario World hacked version of the game. You have these tricked out levels and these tricked out bosses, a very funny little plot line. There's less levels and it is a little bit more difficult, but all in all, it's fun. And I suggest it to anybody who's into the whole homebrew scene. Now I'm gonna have Darren go over to this cool little thing. This is called the Save Game Snapshot. Basically what you can do, if you're in the middle of a level and you're screwing up a whole lot and you want to save in the middle of the level so you can start over again and again and finally get your way through, there you go. You can save your game snapshot right where you started off from. Now I'm going to show you my other favorite game. This is my personal favorite. I don't think the guys like it as much, but I love it. So let's go back to the Homebrew channel. Okay, this is called Move the Pussy Demo. As you can see, it has this adorable, cute little picture of a kitty. All right, so this is a very, very simple game. All you have to do is press the B button, and I'll hold this up to my microphone. Can you hear it? I like this game. Okay, I'm done here. Guys, go ahead and come over here and join me so we can end this show and go back to our daily workday routines. I'm gonna go play this game.
All right, guys, so that just about wraps up this week's episode of Hack 5. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I had a bunch of fun bringing you more systems administration tools. Shannon, great job on
I
the
just
Wii.
brought you tools.
Thank you.
Well, a bunch of people. I was actually shocked at the number of people that came out for
Who cared
Wii
about
Home.
a Wii? Me too.
Yeah,
Well-
I was shocked that many people. Oh no,
Shannon's been a big
I was
fan
shocked that
since
it
she
just
found the-
happens that the day I decided to do the Twilight hack, Nintendo comes out with fucking System Menu 4.0.
That was
I was just
awesome.
like, really?
The day of.
Reggie,
Gorgeous.
way to go.
The day of.
You can't predict that stuff.
Like, thanks, guys.
So Moo Tools there.
Moo Tools. All right. So that has been that is what has been keeping me busy. I've been working my pushy off this whole week doing some web development stuff, which is interestingly enough what I originally was hired for before I moved to systems administration. So I got a little bit of background there, but I totally got out of the whole web design scene for a long ass time. And now when I had to do some cloud stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Moo Tools.
Moo Tools it's provided by everything. Your favorite CMS, anything that uses Ajax. It's a JavaScript library.
Simple little stuff. But this library makes it super simple to do cool
That is
stuff
pretty
like
cool.
that you don't want to have to think about. Everybody's
Yeah.
done it. Don't reinvent the wheel. So I've been using Moo Tools. There's a bunch of different ones out there, but I really like this one. So let me know what you guys use, because Eddie's out there. Like, there's plenty of cool web devs out there.
We've got a bunch of projects that I actually want to have redone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, eventually, sometime this year, I would like to have the community redesign our website.
Whoa,
Ooh.
that's mind blowing.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Hack 5 Radio. I want to
Mhm.
bring that back under the umbrella and have that be a working website. There's a couple other things that we got in the pipeline, but I just want to throw that out there that start thinking about it, and if you want to start making time and come up with some ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's definitely some big things happening with us.
Yeah.
I want ponies.
No ponies.
Can I get ponies.com?
No unicorns, no ponies. What's up with the shirts? I see you're sporting
Yeah,
some new garb
I
here.
want a new pony
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Yeah, these just came in today. Okay, so what happened was our relationship with Jinx has come to a heartfelt end. It's we've had a blast.
Very good at it.
Amicably.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, it's kind of an interesting thing because we've been toying around with the idea of doing our own stuff, and we had a contract obligation with Jinx where we couldn't do our own stuff as long as we were still with them, but we still love them, and it's one of those more fun to DIY, like Darren sitting stuffing stuff into envelopes and
Stealing all of my closet space
so
in
I
the
can
house.
yeah,
Exactly.
But
Where am I
but that's
gonna
cool.
put all
but
of my
then they said,
perfume?
hey, we're going a different direction. It's not you, it's us. And
Don't you just love when she says that? Dirty.
but except for Nuke and Jason over at
Yeah,
Jinx
we've
Tutorial.
got some great hookups. Longtime friends,
Yeah.
lifetime friends, going to be
Yeah.
over at Jinx. But we've also got Jason Applebaum hooking us up with the track jackets, the shirts, the polos. Eventually, if there's enough demand for this stuff, we will go ahead and we'll get quantities printed. However,
We're just toying with the idea. So
we're
Yeah,
seeing how
right
you
now
guys.
we're experimenting.
Yeah, we're seeing how you guys respond to
Yeah.
Evil Server and
What is it like? Packets.
But anyway, so go ahead, head on over to
Oh, this isn't going to be up for a week or two.
hack5.org/stickers, and maybe you'll get a shirt randomly.
That's probably the best place to look.
The
Because the
website
stickers page we're going
somewhere.
to have to rename eventually. But
store.
now it's hack5.org/stickers and other
Well,
stuff.
we could store to stickers, and then when the stuff is
That would require HT access. You can't forget the www. Speaking of
Boo-goo.
which, can I get evilservertshirts.com, Shannon?
Yes, you can.
Can I get them for $7.49 a year?
Yes, and you can even use a coupon code.
Tell me all about it, girl.
Ooh! Starting at less than $5 a month, web hosting from GoDaddy.com includes 99.9% uptime, 24/7 support, and free access to GoDaddy Hosting Connection, the place to quickly install over 50 free applications like WordPress and Drupal and OSCommerce and more. And if you want to make an impact, GoDaddy has what you need. .com names as low as $1.99, plus world-class hosting, fast and easy website builders, and much more. And you can use codes HACK1, 2, 3, 4, or 5
they all do different
for
stuff.
tons. Yes,
And we
they all
have
do
it all listed at
different things.
hack5.org/coupons where you can find all of our different
Did
coupons
you
and what
finally
they do.
update
Who
that?
thought of that idea?
Shannon, like a year ago.
Right here, right here.
Marketing,
Dude, chick,
bitch.
right here, right here. Don't leave me hanging. There you
That's
go.
right.
Rock on.
Yeah!
I was
So
a little
yeah,
scared.
go over there. Some restrictions apply. See the website for details and get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
Don't forget the wwws.
What? No.
Enough with your wwws.
Wrong sponsor. God.
Yeah, so I do have to make mention the fact that our own Shannon Morse is now a celebrity.
Oh, yes, she
I'm
is.
famous on the internet.
She has made the Butterscotch website. She is their new T-shirt model. The boys
God,
over
guys.
there.
Darren got the epic lens.
No,
That's over there.
and
Yeah.
Andy just messaged me and he was like, "Hey, awesome photos. Could I steal one?" And I was like, "Sure."
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
But congratulations on making a podcast other than ours. Other than this piece of shit.
Thanks.
She's the only one that I'm not terrified of breaking the lens when I put them in front of it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's
Dude, I'm taking
terrible.
that fixed 50mm up to DC this weekend for the Sakura Festival.
Sakura
That's all right,
Matsuri.
dude. I'm getting
F1.8, dude.
Wait,
that's
which-
a fast lens, man. I'm excited.
which is the new one that
Question.
shoots video? Because I'm totally getting that, and my
course,
camera's
I
going
had to-
up against your camera.
Of course, that had to come out like 2 weeks after I got the new Rebel. The
Yeah, but it's like
XT.
twice as much.
Yeah.
I think you have the XSI.
Yeah, the XSI that I got for my
Yeah.
birthday, which was
I'm
awesome, and now
totally
I'm getting
getting
like
that.
badass lenses.
I'm totally getting
I'm
that.
like all about
I'm
lenses now.
Of course you are.
Dude, you know what I
Anyway,
would do? Take a DSLR lens and put it on one of those little $500 HD cameras.
Anyway, you guys have been checking out this week's episode of Hack 5. Hit us up on the forums at forums.hack5.org.
We have
Submit your questions, comments, and suggestions to feedback@hack5.org. And Shannon has a viewer question for us. Shannon,
Yeah, I do. We had this anonymous question come in a couple of times.
via the Hack House.
Via a couple of different people. And it said, now that our lovely friends over at Techzilla have gotten a brand new set, which is totally cool and you can check it out, are you taking back the brick?
No.
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 We're
Bricks
moving
hold a
on.
special place in my heart, and that's where they will stay.
Thank God. No.
Darren's heart is made of
I would have to
bricks.
say we're going to do something, but we don't know what.
Monkeys.
No monkeys.
We're not monkeys.
Put your
There's
monkeys
so many
down.
monkeys
They're
in this
magnetic
house.
Put the monkeys down. Down. Anyway, you guys have been checking out this week's episode of Pack 5. I'm Matt Lestock.
In the kitchen.
And I'm Shannon.
Have a great one. Son of a bitch. Trust your technolust.
Trust your technology.
We're out.
No. Never complained a day in my life.
Sure.
Yes,
All right, let's start.
That's one for Darren.
Oh, here, I'll read a
Why
read.
is it guys don't have some of these? This is awesome.
Okay, I'll do the question and the GoDaddy read. All right.
Why is this a girl-only toy? I'm totally digging this.
your teeth okay?
I think so.